So you back, which means you got fight in you. And that's a good thing. It's another day where I know it could not have been easy for you to get up. But you kicked that thing in the nuts and stood up tall and told yourself that you got to do something. You put one foot in front of the other and you fought. Let me be the first to congratulate you. I know that every single moment is not going to be easy. I've been there. I've questioned things. I've asked myself many times, but I've never stopped fighting. And the fact that you here tells me you never stopped fighting either. If you were someone who was thinking of harming yourself or harming someone else, please don't. Please go and get help. Please dial 3 simple numbers, 988 24/7 365. They are available to you. You don't got to tell them your name. You don't got to tell them where you are from. You just simply have to have the conversation. That's it. Simply have the conversation. And if for some reason they decide to direct you to a different direction, then try BetterHelp. I get no proceeds or anything for promoting them. I've used them myself. I've personally had to deal with certain battles with the loss of people that I care about, and I know that they work. They'll find someone specifically designed for your problem. So before you make a decision that we have to live with, make one that you can live with. And please stay, because tomorrow needs you. Now let's talk football. What's going on, Pride Nation, and welcome back to another Lukegsfieldreview podcast show where all things football for the Lions are talked about. And if you don't know, you better know. It's about to be an interesting day because I find some things quite intriguing. If you wasn't paying attention, I started this thing off with defense. That's right. Let the chant happen. All right? Let the chant happen. We need to make some conversation because I have been paying close attention. Usually, I won't listen to nothing until I go live. Don't want to be swayed. Don't want to have it. I turn the volume down. I watch the game in peace. And guess what, people? Today is a day where I'm going to have a little fun. Why? Because we need to have some conversations. Conversations you didn't want to have before, but we're going to have them today. So if you're not ready to put on your big boy pants, this is not the show for you, okay? If you're not ready to hear some things coming out, that's going to be a little bit, because I got to say it in that way because people missed the little bit part of truth. This ain't the show for you. I'm about to say some things that's not going to be popular. You're not going to like it. If you're coming in here and you're ready to make excuses, this is not the show for you. If you're coming in here and you're getting ready to explain to me things that I've already said, you know what? I'm not subscribing. This is not the show for you. This is a show about getting right down to the nuts and bolts about what's going on. That's what this is. This is a show about getting right to the point. And as we get to that point, I want to do certain things. Yes, I want to make sure that I do one thing, which is shout out who's in the building with me today, starting out with my man's friendly neighborhood Lions fan. My man Troy is in the building. We got my man Looney Tune in the building. We got Midwest Lions Rumbles in the building. The great one Mike is in the building. We got Dim Sum, who says, oh man, here comes Luke trying to stuff a crow in our mouth. I'm not going to do that. No. What I'm going to do, what I've always tried to do, which is to get people to think outside the box and stop subscribing to things that they don't know why they're subscribing to them. We got my man Chris Wallace in the building. One Funky Lion Fellas in the building. My man Dan Spanos. Hope you're doing well, my brother, in the building. We got my man, let me go down, I got to scroll down a little bit more. We got my man Micro Mike is in the building. We got Anthony from Royal Alliance UK in the building. We got 82 Rio in the building. Chrome is in the building. I'm making sure I ain't missing nobody. If you win here, hit the chat up, man. We got a lot to talk about. I'm not taking no excuses today, people. All right. I don't want to hear no excuses, none of that fake stuff. My man Geno's in the building, and that better not be the Geno from the Seattle Seahawks, and we're going to have a conversation too. Okay, Geno, don't be that guy, okay? I know it's not, but it's fun for the day. Crimson Shadows in the building with us. Raw Detroit's in the building. Giovanni's Lions II is in the building. Nine Drinks is in the building. We got Shade 21-6 JF is in the building. Make sure we got Chris Cashball in the building. D-Map Zune is in the building. Detroit.Sports. Hey, shout out to you, brother. Hope all is well with you. We got him in the building. We got my man Frog Crop in the building. I'll make sure I ain't forgetting nobody. Looney Tune is in the building with us. Let me see. Buffed Up is in the building. Dre Barnes is in the building. Darrell Richards in the building. Jacob Burnley's in the building. I hope I said that right. Ghost Gunner's in the building. Go Lions is in the building with us. If you in the building, put your tag in this. I can shout you out. Mark Malech. I hope I said that right. Super Bowl or bust. I feel you. I hear you. Junior Gitter. I hope I got that. Is in the building. Hollywood Boner is in the building. Deron Houston is in the building. I'll make sure I cover everybody. And Craig Ferguson. All right. In case those people got in a little bit late, let me give it to you one more time. Where the hell was that at? Let's start there. I'm not even in the sugarcoating mood. Where in the hell was that at on Sunday? Y'all, the universe knew that I needed a cool down day, right? It knew it. It forced me to stay over at work, and the universe knew that I needed a cool down day. Now, I know people love to come and tell me how wrong I am. They love to come and tell me how I don't know shit about football. They love to come tell me all these things. This is what they love to do. This is not something that I made up. This is what people just love to do. Can I play something for y'all for a minute, people? You know, I just want to play something for y'all. You know, it's sort of like how that moment comes where you got to play something. Okay, so on Friday, all right, on Friday, I was on Lions on the Prowl. Shout out to the family, right? I was on Lions on the Prowl, and I had the following things to say on Lions on the Prowl. Let me just let it play so y'all can hear it.
I'm gonna run it again, and I'm gonna run that thing one more time until they try to stop it, and then you can do play action over the top, and then you can get this.
Now, mind you, the question is, how should the Lions attack the Seattle defense?
Some more exotic stuff, but with the 31st ranked defense, you run the ball down their freaking throat all freaking game long. What you got, Mike?
This is easy.
Wait, I gotta skip it a little bit forward. My bad. Just so you know, people felt that they should run the ball. All right, let me move this up a little bit. I'm getting it together, people. I just have to make sure I cover this correctly. Let me get this together. I want people to hear it. All right, so here we go. This is what I said to the question of how they should attack the Seattle Seahawks.
I can't believe I'm finna say this, but the Russian attack should not be the focal point of this game. It should not.
Now, I know for some people, this might be the first thing that you hear and go, oh, sniznik. Oh, sniznik. Oh, snap. But here's what I said.
The reason I say that is because of the fact that Swift is not playing. And when I watch the other running backs work, I mean, it's cool, but they didn't do enough damage to take chunks off and get us towards the end zone like we needed. So that's going to leave a lot of time on the clock. In my opinion, they have to work the hell out of the middle of the field and the sideline. So this should be a big game for TJ Hockenson and whoever the other.
This should be a big game for TJ Hockenson and who else? Who happen to have what? A big game. I don't know shit about football. Don't y'all listen to me. I am batshit crazy. Just
receiver they want to throw in there if Amon-Ra don't play, you know, they need to work it because they need to start to score quick and fast so that way they can turn that team into a one-dimensional team. And then if you decide to run the ball down their throat, feel free to do it then.
Now, I want you to understand something, people. My assessment of that was simple. I saw a team in Seattle who beat a team that they had no business beating before, right? I saw that same Seattle team who defense sucked do it because they were able to do what the Lions did well, which was run the damn ball. And I knew that if you allowed them to get going with their run, which wouldn't be a problem for this defense, that would become a problem. I said that they should go ahead and get up on it. Now, the thing is, we don't talk about Bruno. So we gonna leave Bruno out for this purpose, right? We're going to leave Bruno out. But let's go through and dispel some of the things that I've heard my fellow YouTubers and media people say that I'm calling bullshit on. Let's start with the first one. This is a young team. Really? That's the card we going with? We going with the young thing. This is a youth thing, right? I mean, like I don't know about y'all, but young is the new excuse. The new excuse for what this thing is. That's the problem. Okay, this whole time I've been watching this team through the offseason and everything, I thought these were professionals. I mean, think about it. What other professional thing you can do where you're considered young? Think about it, right? Like if you were a chef, do they go, you can't cook because you were a young chef? I've never heard that. Have you ever heard them say anything like, oh, he's a young doctor. He can't doctor. He's a young lawyer. He can't lawyer. I've never heard those things. So let's dispel the youth situation. Youth is not the problem. Let's go to the next thing I heard. I heard that, we had a lot of injuries. You don't say. Really? We had a lot of injuries? That's the new excuse. Got it. So the injuries was why they gave up 48 points to Geno Smith. The injuries was the reason why they gave up a 3rd and 16 for a touchdown. It was the referees. That's bullshit. The injuries was bullshit. The youth was bullshit. Here's my favorite one. If you're noticing that on the picture in the thumbnail that I literally had up there that I got Aaron Glenn, it's because he's not the problem. No, people. He's not the problem. He's not what the issue is. It's your players. It's your general manager. It's literally the biggest problem, starting with Brad Holmes. And no one is talking about that. They want to fire Aaron Glenn. Fire Brad Holmes. You think Aaron Glenn handpicked that defense? You think he requested that? Who you think lined up and said, give me Alex Anzalone as my linebacker? Please tell me, who's that guy? You gave the man something to work with, and that's what he's going to work with. But guess what? This is Brad Holmes. How many draft picks over the last 2 years under Brad Holmes have the Lions took? Have y'all looked at that? Anybody? Anybody in the chat? Feel free to chime in. Feel free to chime in. Please. Anybody. Light the chat up. I want y'all to understand something. Okay? I want y'all to understand something. I want you to get to the root of it all. You see, I got my butt handed to me for telling you certain things. But I want you to really go through and look. How many picks over the last 2 years under Brad Holmes? I'll wait. How many? How many picks? If you ain't figured it out by now, let me help get you there. 15. 15 picks. Sometimes we need a visual. We need a visual. And I know what people are going to say, but they're rookies who've been playing football since Little League. But it's the pros, Luke. I know. But you gave the draft an A. Remember, I tracked this stuff. You gave the draft an A. Let's talk about Brad Holmes' first draft. It was a no-brainer to take Penei Sewell. He didn't have to guess that. Levi Onwuzurike, where is he? Aleem McNeil, he's about what I think he is, especially given the fact they moved him from a 3-4 nose tackle to being in a 4-3. We'll leave that alone another time. Where's Iffy? Amon-Ra St. Brown, I knew what he was when we took him. I damn near flipped the table for him and Derek Barnes. But Derek Barnes, I can't even judge him because he's not even given an opportunity. But in the end, where is he? Jamar Jefferson, where is he? Chase Lucas, James Houston, where are they? What about James Mitchell? Where is he? Where's Carl Joseph? Oh, wait, he played last year. He played yesterday on Sunday. He played the full game. He was so effective. All I kept hearing was he's a ball hawk. You waited to the third round to take a safety. You took Josh Pascal. Where is he? And you took him ahead of Jaquan Brisker, who's performing for the Bears. Where is he? Where's Jameis Williams? Remember, you only gave up a third-round pick for him. Where is he? You telling me that you wasn't excited to see him out there? With all the receivers we lost yesterday, you wasn't excited for that? Where is he? Where is he? Y'all too busy letting headlines and other people influence y'all and y'all subscribing to BS. Where is those 15 players we took at? How many starters we walk out with it? You wonder why I was sitting up there telling you I don't want to put a grade on drafts no more until year 3. And I got forced to put one on there, and you didn't like that I gave it a C. And that was generous because I said I want to wait and see what they get. And I tried to put questions out there for us to just simply ask a matter of a question. And I was told no. I said, we need linebackers. Oh, go, Luke, do your research. Don't be no chump. Go look at the teams. They didn't have great linebacker play. They didn't have Alex Anzalone. That's what they had. They didn't have Alex Anzalone. That's what they had. Luke, Jared Davis ain't doing nothing. He can't cover. Neither can Malcolm Rodriguez. And thank God he can at least make a tackle because he's essentially a short version of Jared Davis. Luke, we don't need no safety. Look at the teams that won the Super Bowl. Ain't no safeties really in there. 3rd and 16. Luke, it was a 0 blitz. I don't care. The trick is to pass rush on your way to the run. That's the trick. Look, you're not being fair. Everybody know positional value, right? Because this is a thing. Positional value is where is it at? We got a receiver who's fast. Newsflash, you don't need him. You did not need him. You never needed him. I asked a question before where I said, do anybody think he's going to be Calvin Johnson-ish or better? And no one was willing to say that. Oh, no. No. It's only one Calvin Johnson. Then why did you take him? Devin Lloyd is performing for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Chad Muma is performing for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Hell, most of the rookie linebackers are performing for their team. Don't give me rookie talk. Linebackers don't matter is what you told me. It's all Aaron Glenn's fault. It's a scheme problem, right? Now, could they do something to help this team get better? Maybe go back to the 3-4? Yes. But there's another thing I brought up before, and I was told I don't know what the hell I was talking about. Because this is something else that I didn't hear my fellow YouTubers and people talking about. Maybe we just may have, and I asked this question before, but maybe we all might have just maybe underestimated the loss of Don Kapler. Maybe, just maybe, I mean, I could be wrong, but maybe we didn't dig deep enough into the loss of Don Kapler. Now, don't get me wrong. The defense was already bad, but they really started taking off. Right? Like, they really started to take off. But maybe we forgot about Don. Maybe the Lions shouldn't have went to the 4-3. In fact, I started to play this video, but I didn't. I told you I didn't think he was that good with his hands in the dirt, but I thought he was a little bit better in the run with his hands in the dirt, not when the 2-point stand. Luke, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. I want to show y'all something because I love when people tell me I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I love it. See, we downplay all the wrong things. We want to blame Aaron Glenn. See, wait. What's the other excuse they use? It's the talent is not there. We're still building for this is bullshit. You score 30-some points a game, you win. I don't care. Name me the sporting event. You know what? Let me go back. Let me bring it back. Because I didn't want to do this today. I didn't want to be that guy coming in, just yelling and upset. I didn't want to be that guy. You know why? Because at the end of the day, it didn't matter. It didn't matter. When I did this one right here, oh man, what do you mean? They're missing. They were always missing. Luke, you got to go by positional value. He's the closest thing to the ball. Funny. Let's give this man his flowers. I like to give flowers to people who's not afraid to think outside of the bullshit. This was written on 9/4/2022. It says Detroit Lions defense, we may have a problem. This is by W.G. Brady, senior news desk writer. Let me go on this. I can give them their props. This is for the Detroit Sports Nation. Yeah, I'm going to put that out there. Yeah. This is what he wrote. I want y'all to read this. And this he wrote after my original problem. But it says, heading into the offseason, I was convinced that Detroit Lions general manager Brad Holmes would use free agency and the 2022 NFL draft as a way to give his defense a major facelift. You notice where he started with the guy who acquires talent, but you gave it an A. We're going to leave that alone. It's only week 4. We're going to reel it back in. But in week 4, they're already on pace to, I'm going to leave it alone. Y'all don't want to hear that. Y'all need Pro Football Focus to tell you. So go and tell me what those grades look like. Let's go over to the next part. It says, well, the free agency period came and Holmes was content with not making any major additions to the defense that allowed the second most points in NFL in 2021. Many then believed the Lions would hammer the defensive side of the ball early and often in the draft. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I was pretty damn adamant that the Lions' entire draft should have been all defense. In fact, it should have been resemblance of, say, Baltimore's and I don't know, a few other teams like the Vikings who said we need to replenish our defense. I digress. But it says many then believed the Lions would hammer the defensive side of the ball early and often in the draft, but that was not the case, as they instead traded up in the first round to select wide receiver Jameson Williams out of Alabama. But he run a 4.3, Luke. He was a 4.23. He's fast. I'm telling you, top off. Boom. You didn't need him. This team without him is putting up over 30 points a game. But no, this fan base, every single time they draft a damn receiver, the draft grade is an A. Every time. And I'm not saying that he's going to be a bad player. Not saying that. I'm not saying that he's not going to be able to help us. I'm not saying that. But right now, you ain't going to convince me that he was more needed than a goddamn linebacker. You're going to have a hard time convincing me today. I got 4 games of proof to show you. And one of the games, I was asked repeatedly by many people in the community not to go in. Let's just enjoy the win. And I saw problems. I saw things. I tapped on them a little bit, but I restrained myself at their request. During the 2022 NFL draft, the Lions did add 5 defensive players to the mix as they used the number 2 overall pick to land edge. And this is the thing. I want y'all to understand that they need to change that to just DN because the word edge is getting tossed around way too many times. Edge rusher. Are you kidding me? Just call him a defensive end. I'm in agreement with Michael Strahan when he said just call him a defensive end because they're not just being brought in to cover the pass. They got to stop the run too. I digress. It says their 3rd round pick to select safety Kirby Joseph. He's a ball hawk, Luke. A guy who had 1 year production in 5 seasons of football in college. Ooh, he's a ball hawk. Their 6th round pick to take linebacker Malcolm Rodriguez, who literally got in the game because our linebacking core is that bad. You could have been drafted as an undrafted free agent and made this linebacking core. They took James Houston. Where is he at? And for somebody to tell me he's getting you a hot towel, this is bullshit. In the 7th round, they took Chase Lucas. Yeah, that'll get him. Now, here's where things get a little more interesting. I want you to look at this. Detroit Lions defense, we may have a problem. We are now just 1 week away from the Detroit Lions taking on the Philadelphia Eagles in week 1 of the 2022 NFL season. And though the defense does look better on paper than it did in 2021, there are still some major question marks, such as will Aiden Hutchinson make a major impact as a rookie? Looks like I got my answer to that one so far, but he still got another 13 games. But I got my answer. Is Jeff Okudah ready to prove that he can be a starting cornerback in the NFL? I got my answer. If there's an award for most improved, it goes to Jeff Okudah. And is Malcolm Rodriguez really going to be a stud linebacker, or has the media and the Lions coaches hyped him up way too much? I don't hear nobody talking about his coverage. Y'all scored every other linebacker for not being able to cover, but he can just get torched repeatedly by running backs and tight ends, and no one speaks a word. Why? Which brings me to my next point. Why is it that every time we talk about Malcolm Rodriguez, we always use the notation of, well, he's a 6th-round rookie guy, but when I begin to talk about Bruno, when I get to talking about Bruno, all of a sudden, we can't talk about that. Give him time. Your 6th-round pick is outperforming the guy you took 2nd overall. Oh, and by the way, the guy you took 2nd overall is closest to the ball. Yeah. Okay. Let's keep reading. It says those are questions that will be answered as the season goes on, but according to Mike Clay of ESPN, it is going to be a very long season for the Lions on the defensive side of the ball. Give these damn men their flowers. In fact, Clay thinks the Lions defense will give up the most points in the entire NFL in 2022. And I bring my ass on here to just simply point out objective football and get told everything but the opposite. Funny how that works. Funny how that works. A guy before the season even started predicted that they would give the most points. Here's another fun fact for you. The Lions are scoring, 35 points a game, giving up 35.5 points a game? You know what I find even more intriguing? Is when we don't talk about Bruno, we can't talk about Bruno, right? But let me talk about Bruno in a little bit. Did y'all know, because I know some of y'all like to do this thing, did y'all know that according to NFL Next Gen Stats, that Bruno has a 10% win rate when he's one-on-one with his opponent? Let me bring that to a different position for you, okay? Let me bring that to a different position. Bruno has a 10% win rate when he's one-on-one with his opponent. How can we make this make more sense? That means 90% of the times he's losing his one-on-one battles. But I know he's a rookie. Mike says, who's Bruno? I'm a little confused. Bruno is the 2nd overall pick, who, since I'm a Michigan State fan, I can't talk about him objectively. God forbid you be objective. That's who Bruno is. Bruno is the guy that came in, okay? He's the guy that came in that we don't get to talk about. No, we don't talk about Bruno. We don't talk about him. If you don't know what I'm talking about, here, let me help you. Let me help you. Because I think once you see it, you will understand it. But let me just put it back in perspective. Let me put it back in perspective. He's winning 10% of the time on one-on-ones. 90% of the time, he's taking the L. 90% of the time. And it's not just with offensive tackles. No. These are tight ends. And before somebody said they're Pro Bowl tight ends, spare me the bullshit. Spare me that. Spare me all this. I came on week 1 and said, yo, he's not winning these one-on-ones. I had a front row seat to it. Twice. And I never saw him win a one-on-one. Go back and look at that game against the Washington football team and tell me where he went in one-on-one. They're stunting him. And every time I bring up something about him, I get told, oh, you just mad that we didn't get this. You just mad we didn't get that. No counter move. No, nothing. This is how I feel. Every time I try to bring up something objective about a guy that I know expectations was higher for, I get told I don't know football. Why we can't? 10%. 10% of the time, he's winning. Could you imagine? Could you just to kind of get you to follow my logic, could you imagine if you had to go to court for, say, any reason, and you get to your lawyer and you say, hey, man, can we win this thing? And he says to you, listen, I win 10% of my cases. Are you retaining that person? Are you retaining that person? Are you keeping the lawyer who tells you I win 10% of my cases? Are you keeping the heart surgeon who says 10% of the people that I do surgery on survive? Like, I'm just asking the question. It's not no body butt hurt. These are just facts. Oh, you butt hurt. No, the people who butt hurt is the ones who are sitting up there. The people who are butt hurt are the ones who are sitting up there trying to figure out how your defense can drop 45 points and take an L. I ain't butt hurt. I told you there's a problem with the defense. I told you that I got tired of seeing the safeties make too many plays. I told you we needed linebackers. I told you we needed safeties. I told you they should have drafted all defense. How am I butt hurt? The only people butt hurt are the ones who hedge their bet on a guy coming in having instant impact who's winning 10% of the time. One-on-one. Could you imagine how crazy it would look if Floyd Mayweather only won 10% of his fights? Seriously. 10% of the time he wins a one-on-one. Kirby Joseph looks like he didn't even know he played football. Like, this is his first year. And yes, I understand that, oh, it was his first game. I get it. Right? I totally get it. But don't come in here with the BS today. This is not me being obvious. This is just me telling you the truth. This is just me telling you the truth. You can't draft 32 players. You can't. But when you got 5 picks in the top 97, can I get 4 starters on each level? Yeah, you can't draft 32 because we didn't need 32. But can I get 4 starters? Your linebacker room, trash. Secondary, still giving up big plays, and then give up a 3rd and 16 for a touchdown. Trash. Y'all want to keep talking about Amani Oruwariye. Never know. Everybody gets an excuse, minus the people that's been here. Right? We want to skip over that. Everybody gets an excuse. They're young. It's the scheme. It's how they using them. Blah, blah, blah. But we can't talk about Bruno. We can't talk about that 10%. We can't talk about how a 6th-round pick comes in here and makes the team only because the linebacker room is that bad. We can't talk about how you got a secondary who's still giving up big plays. We can't talk about Brad Holmes drafted. You gave it an A, remember? You gave it an A. And 4 weeks in, according to my man Clay, and I ain't talking about Clay Matthews and all. No, I'm talking about Mike Clay from ESPN, who says that he believes that the defense will give up the most points in 2022. What did he see? What did he see? Anzalone, meh. Meh. Chris Board. Tell me what other team can Chris Board go and start on? I'll wait. Y'all wanna look at the real problem? Start with the goddamn general manager. You had a bunch of injuries last year. I told you talent wasn't the problem last year. Injuries were. And what did you do as a general manager? You draft more injured people who you knew were injured. And it's one thing if you draft a guy who had no history of injury, he got hurt, cool. But Jameson, we knew he got hurt. We knew Pascal got hurt. He had just got done beating cancer. Shout out to him. Mitchell, he was hurt. But it don't matter, right, Luke? They were captains. I don't give a fuck. I was a captain too. Okay? It just means that they felt that you can do something that people listen to. That's it. I don't care about you being a captain. This is a business of performance. And right now, they're not performing. They're not. There's nothing good you can talk about from that defense. Nothing. This is why the Lions lose every freaking year. They don't have balance. Dan Orlovsky made a post that said, if the Lions defense was just bad, the Lions would be 3-1. And everybody was confused. Like, what do you mean? Maybe you put that out there wrong. Nope. If they were just bad, we would be 3-1, probably 4-0. You lost to Geno Smith in the third quarter, people, was 22 of 28 for 310 yards and 2 touchdowns. You make that make sense. Rashawn Penny had a career day. You make that make sense. You make it make sense. And guess what? In the end, we still get excuses. Your number one pick, second overall, which means you could have took anybody. Hell, at this point, if I'm going to get a guy who's going to underperform, I might as well draft the quarterback. That was Geno Smith, man. That man has been on damn near half the teams in the NFL. That was Geno Smith. That wasn't Jimmy G. That was Geno Smith throwing darts. And the scary part about it is this. I could not remember a singular time where they really got close to him. But let me get to my next point. Because one of the things that I kept hearing people talk about is pressure. Well, that number 2 overall pick is doing a fine job of getting a whole lot of pressure. What does that amounted to? I'll wait. I told y'all pressure don't mean nothing if you ain't grabbing nothing. Get him on the ground. You ain't doing nothing. All I'm pointing out to you is instead of screaming fire Aaron Glenn, start questioning Brad Holmes. Now, if the food come out and it tastes like trash, I'll question the chef. But in the meantime, I need to know who bought these groceries. And the guy who bought the groceries is Brad Holmes. Shh, we don't talk about him. We don't talk about him. Right? I did this last year. In the offseason, explaining why we need linebackers and safeties. I showed people in real time. I slowed it down in real time. Y'all didn't want to hear it. I'm a hater and everything. You want to talk about pressure? Tell me this ain't pressure. He did not care. This is the pros. They know they going to get hit. And the decent, good people don't care about your pressure. You ain't grabbing nothing. Your number 2 overall pick ain't grabbing nothing. Your second round pick ain't grabbing nothing. Your third round pick looked lost. And you got the audacity to think you can trade a 12 spot. Oh, we gave up with the third round pick. And every time you look up, your leading tackler is your safety. Nobody's questioning this. You gave your excuse the first time. That's a damn good line the Eagles got, and they're a good team, and it's a week 1. Fair. Then week 2 rolls around, and he plays a really bad team. And he gets 3 sacks, not because he whooped somebody ass. At some point in time, when you line up mano in front of somebody, you just got to whoop their ass at some point in time. At some point. You know, sort of like how DK finally got the best of Okudah. And I'm not mad at Okudah, but Okudah couldn't get the safety help. Amani couldn't get the safety help because we started Kirby and he was a liability. So essentially you had Elliott. So it is what it is. But pressure is what we're talking about. Right? You get pressure. Look at the safety. Whoop! Who's now a corner. Here, let me skip it ahead. Y'all forgot. I didn't. 4th and 19. You don't need safety and linebackers. And I'm going to tell you why this one sucks the most. This one sucks for 2 reasons. They hit him. He still caught it. Where's your linebacker? Always getting himself hit by his own player. Look at this one right here. This is exactly the same problem we got for the next year. Aiden Hutchinson was supposed to help with this. So glad he's here. Look at this. Y'all forget. I didn't. 4th and 19. Well, he shouldn't have rushed 3, Luke. That's the excuse you're going to give me? Where's the safety? Okay. Yeah. Okay. All I want you to do is to question everything. I asked the question before. Who's the last great or good defensive edge rusher to come out of Michigan? I'm a hater. Really? Really? That's delusion at its best. Through 4 games, I had people literally tell me he's got a B grade. That literally tell me 800 has a B grade through 4 games. There's no way you can watch 800 through those 4 games and tell me he's above average. It's not happening. I told you the Lions needed to come out, go past crazy, and do it. And don't get it twisted. People were dropping like flies. Don't care. Because you know what? If your general manager brought the right people in, if he wasn't being so cheap and so cost effectiveness, right? If he wasn't trying to hold on to his purse and his pearl so hard, maybe you go get somebody who can help this team do something. Seriously. Now what they're going to do is they're going to go back to a 3-4, mix in a little bit of 4-3, and they're going to stand Aiden up. They're going to stand Chris Harris up, and they're going to rush that way. But you know what? Where's Romeo Core? Where are they? Y'all don't want me to talk about these people. Y'all want me to do everything but talk about these people. Why? Because they went to Michigan? Because it's only year 1. They're rookies. They're young. Enough with the excuses. Enough with the excuses. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear the excuses of we're too young. Don't want to hear that. Everybody and their mama thought that Jared Goff would be the problem. We can't even talk about how good of a job. And I know somebody's going to say he threw 2 pick sixes, and if he don't throw the pick 6, we would have won. You think? Really? You think we're going to win a game that we can't? We needed 1 stop. Here go another fun fact for you. They didn't punt not 1 time. Not 1 singular time. Those were 2 rookie tackles that beat up on our 2nd overall pick. Alex Anzalone was nowhere to be found. There's no way you're going to tell me you can't upgrade this defense. There's no way you're going to tell me that you couldn't go out and get people in the draft to help this defense. You telling me Devin Lloyd wouldn't have been no help? Stop playing with me when it comes to these things. Because I'm not coming on here to just simply be disrespectful or I want to be a hater. I'm coming on here telling you what I see from a football perspective. And I'm keeping it objective. Y'all lost y'all mind and gave this draft for A because they took a receiver. Who's fast? Like John Ross didn't happen. Like that wasn't a thing. Like what's the guy from Maryland? The receiver from Maryland. I can't even think of his damn name. Like, that didn't happen. And he can't help you win no games. And by the end of here's the scary part for you. I want y'all to understand something. If there was ever a time for you to sell out, this was the time to do it. The Hawks are in a rebuild. They are literally trying to lose for a quarterback. I know this. You lost to the Vikings on the last minute play because you didn't have depth on your team. You couldn't get. But I'm a hater. I'm butthurt. I don't even bring up Kyle Hamilton. I don't even bring up Isaiah Simmons. Y'all do. When the player gets here, I root for them the same way I root for any other player who comes here. I can't stand Aaron Rodgers. Let him become the Lions quarterback. I love him. Can't stand him. Don't even get me started on Andre Cisco. Y'all won't talk about Brad Holmes. Y'all won't talk about the neglect that he has done repeatedly with this roster. You won't talk about that. I put the link in the chat. You want to come in and talk to me? Tell me I'm overreacting. Tell Matthew Clay he overreacting for predicting this. Feel free. But come in with an excuse, and I'm going to cut you off, and I'm going to hurt your feelings because I'm not going for it today. That team just gave up 48 points to a Seattle Seahawks who is literally trying to tank for a quarterback. So before you decide to step in on this arena, understand Luke is not being nice today. You come in ready to talk ball. You come in being realistic. You come in being objective. We can talk. The minute you start spewing BS and stuff, I don't want to hear it. And please spare me, aren't the Lions in a rebuild too? They sure are, because you know what? It's even worse when you win the second year of your rebuild and the Vikings is in the first year and they rebuild and they beat you. It sucks when the team who drafted first overall has a better record than you and they're in the first year of their rebuild. It sucks when the Giants look like they defense has more life than yours. All these teams in a rebuild, and we're losing to them. Let's bring in our first guest. I'm not taking no excuses. It's not happening. Chris Wallace, what up, though? Welcome to the show.
What's the deal, fam?
Not much, man. I'm happy to see you here, man. Listen, I'm just...
Sure.
I'm not... Listen, bro, I can't.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, dude. As soon as I seen the thumbnail, because it gave me a notification like 30 minutes before you went, and I seen the picture, and I was like, I was waiting for this. As soon as the game was over, I was like, I can't wait for Luke's show, because I got a lot to say.
I mean, it's no way that you can make this stuff. If you would have told me that the Lions were going to have a high-power offense and that they were going to score an average of 35 points a game,
I would have said you was lying.
I would have had to be a liar.
You was smoking something. And that's the thing.
With
There's
Jared
no
Goff?
excuse. Goff did his thing.
I mean, I'm just saying, if I'd have told you with Jared Goff, we're going to score 35 points on average, you'd have told me that's bull. If I'd have told you that through 4 weeks, we'd have been a number one offense, you'd have said, in scoring, you'd have said that's BS. And if I would have told you that on top of that, we would be 1-3, you'd have said we're the number one scoring team, and you tell me we 1-3, and I said, yeah, you'd have told me I don't know football.
No, the people who don't know football is the people who think that offenses don't win championships at all. It's always defense. And like, I was with you on the whole, because that's the thing. What I said, what I thought we was going to do this previous draft, I was like, dude, we got to go all defense. We did, like, the receiver, when we picked the receiver, I was baffled because I was like, all right, I know a dude fast, but like, ain't he hurt? Like, we ain't going to get to. Now, Hutchinson, I really wasn't mad about per se, but it's like, come on.
I wasn't mad about him neither. I wasn't mad about him.
Because if you think about it, if the people that we passed up on, we would have got them with Hutchinson, we would be seeing a little bit better, you know what I'm saying? what can I put, production. But at the same time, like you said, dude, you going one-on-one and you only winning that 10% of the times, that's not effective. That's not going to do nothing for the line. It ain't going to do nothing for you, because we all know that the linebackers and the defensive linemen control the line of scrimmage. So of course he can't do everything by himself, but it's like, if anybody expected him to just come in and just be this monstrous Ndamukong Suh type, Aaron Donald type, no, he's not even demanding double teams at this point.
Don't say that out loud. You listen. Hold on. Let me cue the music. You trying to get us in trouble? Don't
Hey, I don't care what they say. F Bruno. I'm gonna talk about him all day.
No, listen. We don't talk about Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno. Don't do that. Okay. All right.
Yeah, it was.
We don't talk about Bruno.
I told my homeboy. I was like, look, dude, because I went into work or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, man. We was playing defense out there. Them the Detroit Lions, because it was no D, nowhere.
Listen, let me tell you something. I literally watched them do multiple stunts for this man. Every guy on that D line to do something, and nobody got near Geno.
That sucks, because like, now that I'm actually paying attention as far as like the games, because like there ain't no more speculation, ain't no more, we got these draft picks that look like this. No, this is happening. And it's not looking like anybody who know football or know they team, they should have known that defense was our biggest problem. Offense was not.
The biggest issue going into the offseason
was linebacker. I remember me and you had this conversation. And if I'm not mistaken, who else had said something that I think agreed with me? I think it was what's my guy's name? Is it Ant? It might have been. It was somebody. I can't remember his name right now, but when we first had the whole little conversation or whatever, I was like, we should have took Hamilton at 12. We should have went all defense. All defense.
But listen, if they would have took Devin Lloyd, I thought they were taking Devin Lloyd when they traded up. I figured once they passed on him, they were going to take Devin Lloyd. But I didn't like the fact that they traded that pick in the first place, because I knew that it was fun. And I talked about this. I said, I watched the video of the Vikings. The Vikings did not deem that there were too many players that they trusted in the first round. So that's why they wanted so many late round picks, and they went defensive crazy. And I'm thinking, okay, you got 5 picks in the top 97. You can literally just stay where you at, take Aiden, right?
Exactly.
You can come back that next pick, take a linebacker. Come at the next pick, take a safety in the second round. In the third round, you could have came back and took another damn linebacker. You could have then took a D tackle. You had options.
But see, my thing is this though, and it seems like it's a repeated process, because how many fucking D tackles we take the year before? Like 2 or 3? Back to back almost?
Listen, it ain't just the defense that's the problem. I was mad at the offense this time too. You know why? Because if you can go out there and put them points up that fast in the first place, start like that for once.
No, this is the thing that's even more baffling. When you can go do that with none of our starters. None of our starters, who was a wide receiver, played, and we still scored
45.
that high. And then, no, let's talk about the elephant in the room, though, with these fucking kickers, because ain't nobody said shit about that. And that's...
Get on it.
Oh, my God. Dude, that right there, I swear, I'm about to go try out. Because there's no, you missing a 54, 56, whatever, dude, because I understand leg power, wind, velocity, all that. But when you talking about a standard field goal for a standard extra point, nah. Nope.
Listen. Kudos to them for sitting the other kicker down and trying somebody else, right? Kudos.
At that point, I would have went for 2 the whole game. I said it.
But just hear me out, right? Hear me out. And I see y'all in the back, people. Just hold tight, be patient. I want people to get in and get their grievances out. But I'm telling you, the kicker talk need to be happening anyway. I remember when the fan base wanted Matt Prater gone. I was like, for who?
Right.
Fire Aaron Glenn.
Who are we replacing these people that we want gone so bad?
Like, Like I remember people was like, man, get rid of Monty Warrior and bench him. For who?
Right.
This
Because at that point,
general
he was
manager
the
did not
best
have enough
cornerback.
depth for this. He didn't have enough
And that
depth
was the
for it.
problem. That was the problem right there. We didn't have enough depth on the defense. Because look, think about this. Now, if we would have kept our picks or even traded, you know what I'm saying, traded down and got more capital, we would have been able to come up with some type of packages or something. We limited. And our linebackers trash. Like our best linebackers, Anzalone, and he get beat by everybody. Y'all putting him on the running backs like he ain't getting killed on wheel routes and slants and delays.
Listen,
like
I tried to last game point out that Rodrigo made some mistakes, and people like he's a 6th round pick. But then I can't talk about Bruno, who's the 2nd round pick. Anyway, I pointed out that he was supposed to get across the face, and shout out to my man Will. He came on to tell me, no, that's not his job. BS. Let me just get a second. Hold on. Let me finish playing this a little bit.
Bro, feel free to do it then. But they have to get up quick and fast on this team. Otherwise, they will get going on their rushing attack, and our defense against the run ain't pretty neither. So you to me, running the ball, in most cases, you know, I'm team run the ball all day, right? It's our history, it's our bank. But in this particular game, I don't think that they should be so solely focused on running the ball as much as they should be worrying about getting up as fast as they can in the score and as much as they can to work it. They're not going to have Adams out there, right? It's going to be Quandre Diggs and then whoever, right? And then so you got to find a way to take advantage of that. Plus, you're going to need those short guys because they do got Boye Mafe over there, and he is getting to these quarterbacks. He's getting over there, touching them and grabbing them and stuff. And so that creates another problem in and of itself. But to me, this is not the game to play the run with because I don't think you have the running backs that can really take those chunk plays and change it up like how Swift can.
Now, for the record, shout out to my man Jamal Williams, who broke a 51-yard run. Beautiful run.
Yeah, that Stephon was beautiful.
Yeah, it would have been even better if he was already up. They never got the lead in that game. We never had the lead in that game.
We can't control the momentum or control the game if we playing catch up the whole time, and our defense can't stop them one time. And you know another thing I noticed, Luke, on defense, and anybody can go back to this game if they think I'm wrong. Look at the way the corners and the safeties was when it was time to tackle folks. Like the one, who was that? Oh my God, what is his name? Because I seen this one play and he just letting dude run down the sideline and he just like running in place next to him. I'm like, dude, if you don't push him the fuck out or tackle him or something, like y'all scared to come up and make a play because corners got to tackle too.
You know what?
I feel like
I told y'all that I wasn't doing the excuse today. Will said, Luke, every coach I talked to agreed with me and laughed at your analysis of that play. What coach did you talk to? Are the ones at Western Michigan? Because they're so great? Really?
Wait, which play?
Wait. Let's go back. You want to tell me about the coach at Western Michigan told you that? When I said that the linebacker needed to get himself across to the outside, but they agree with you. I see why Western Michigan is where they are. You telling me they agree with you? That's you telling me. Who are these coaches you talking to? Who are these coaches? Please stop with this. Please. I don't want to hear it.
I don't understand.
Y'all come up with every single
excuse
for why the coaches agree with me. Well, guess what? I don't agree with them. Don't care what they thoughts are. You want to know what I care about? I care about coaches who get it done. Let me give you a coach who get it done. This is Nick Saban.
And we have about 5 choices, in our life. We can be bad at what we do. We can be average at what we do. We can be good at what we do, or we can be excellent, or we can be elite. And everybody has a choice as to what they want to do and how they want to do that. But if you're going to be excellent or elite, you got to do special things. You have to have special intensity. You have to have special focus. You have to have a special commitment and drive and passion to do things at a high level and a high standard all the time. It doesn't matter what God-given ability that you have. That probably can make you good. But without the rest of it, I'm not sure you ever get excellent or elite. And that's the part that we're trying to get to. So, and we have about 5.
Yeah, I don't want the average guy. Don't tell me, he ain't supposed to get over there. Bull. Don't tell me that. You won't tell Ray Lewis that. I guarantee you them same coaches who talking to you won't tell that to Ray Lewis. They won't tell that to any linebacker that's done anything. Please, stop it. Chris, let me let some more people in the building, bro. I'm not with the excuses. I can't. Not today. Let me bring in my man, D-Map Zoo, who showed up. D-Map, you in the building?
Yeah, man, what's going on?
Hey, man, what you got for the show, man? I got people in the back. And you know what I'm saying? I just,
Trust me. I was sitting here on and off watching the game while I was at work on Sunday, and for whatever reason, our offense is scoring. Yeah, their defense, even though they get to team on third down every time, for some reason they couldn't stop them. And then what really messed me up was when it was 3rd and 16, and they literally took it to the house for a touchdown. I'm like, what the hell am I watching right now? Or is my team really sitting, cannot stop them for the
one stop?
But they couldn't get one. Like literally, all offense, like they ain't the problem. They scoring, they doing what they need to do. The freaking defense, I'm like, yeah, y'all getting paid for this game? Yeah, you don't need to get paid. Cause what the hell is on? What the hell am I watching right now? The fans in the stadium, the looks on their faces said it all. Like, what the hell is this? How the heck is it supposed to be year 2? We're supposed to be improved, and yet it's like we got worse than we was last year.
I don't know if that's what I'm saying. And the people keep coming up with, you're wrong about this play. You're wrong about this. You're wrong. Every time I turn around, they wrong about it. You come in here to tell me what I'm wrong about. What am I right about?
Sure.
Aiden Hutchinson ain't doing nothing elite. Aiden Hutchinson don't look like no second overall pick right now. 10% win rate. You want to tell me about coaches and stuff? Yeah, I'm gonna believe some coaches who ain't done much of nothing at this point, or my lying eyes. That's right, my eyes is a liar. Spare me. Spare me that.
That's complete garbage.
Come on, man.
And then the freaking kickers, Lord have mercy. How the heck you the field goals that's 20, 30 yards out, you hit, but then you got the extra points was 15 yards, you miss. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. Make it make sense. What the hell? It's like at that we missed the first one. I'm like, yeah, we might as well just go for 2 every time. Then that's the case.
It don't make no sense.
For a while, it was doing that too. Then eventually they started going for the extra point again. I'm like, why?
D-Map, you know it's bad when the coach has gotten so nervous that he's opting to just say F the kicking game all in its entirety.
I swear, for a while, for a majority of the game, he was doing that too. But then here and there, he actually said, "Oh no, we just go for the extra point." Like, no, idiot, just go for the 2 point. What you missed that first one is like, nah, I can't trust you. Because you get paid to do one job and you couldn't do it.
You know what? Another thing that jumped out to me, right? And this is stuff that irritates me. I love how everybody was so quick to credit Rodriguez for the forced fumble, when really all he did was just hit the arm. The Tyler just dropped it. I'm sorry. Tyler just dropped it. There's no way of getting around it. Tyler just dropped it. That wasn't no forced fumble. I can see if he stuck it in there and yanked it out, or he punched it or something. That never happened. He slapped the arm, and I guess they're going to tell me that he got the hands of God, and it hurt like hell, and he dropped it. But he just dropped it.
Yep. And then, fortunately, they couldn't take advantage of it.
It is what it is. Let me get Crimson in here. Crimson Shadow, man, what's going on? What you got for the show?
My bit. Yeah, to be fair, what I saw with that game, I was actually absolutely shocked. There's no 2 ways about it. We're breaking records. We broke 2 records. 2 goddamn records we broke. Breaking a record for most yards set by a tight end in Lions history, and on pace for being the worst defense in NFL. You are the number 1 offense, but your defense is so god-awful. Okay, my stance on that draft. I was happy about the draft because I only asked for one thing. If you're going to do anything with that second-round pick, give me a defensive player. Now, Josh Pascal was on one of my boards. But the thing is, and a lot of us didn't know, the guy was injured. That was my problem after that. And once I heard that Brad Holmes fucking knew that he was injured, I got so goddamn pissed. It's not even funny. Okay, I get it. Levi, you took a risk, struck out. You did it twice. I'm not even counting the later round picks. I know you're going to bring up the tight end.
Oh, you mean that great pick of the tight end? He's so elaborate. What a great draft! What a great draft pick.
Like in case because after what was it? Cephas got hurt. He's supposed to be like our backup receiver. Hey, Adam. But
shout out to Adam. Adam's like, Luke. You think y'all think I'm doing bad? I think Adam probably went off worse than me. He couldn't even put his sunshades on. But anybody that know anything know when he can't pop bottles and put his sunglasses on, it's a bad day for Adam.
But the thing I will have to say is that flabbergastes me even more. Your defense was more hurt last year. And somehow, when your defense is hurt more, you look better last year with the same defensive core than you do this year. Now, there has got to be something with this scheme or something. Nothing about this makes any sense. Nothing. I can't add it up here. I keep looking at it. You had less edges. Your defensive tackle core was just as bad. Shoot, Amani, I think, wasn't Amani hurt? I forget. Amani's looking like Nevin Lawson Jr. out there. What the fuck am I witnessing? I was confident in the corners. I was hoping Jeff is exceeding.
I think Amani's hurt. I personally think he's hurt. I think he came back from injury and he shouldn't be out there, but he went out there, so shame on him. But I think he's hurt.
The iffy situation. Why is he playing safety? Why do we deplete one core to try to alleviate a problem of another?
They don't matter. That's why they don't matter. Clemson. Safeties don't matter. Linebackers don't matter. Right? And this is an A++ draft. Cap Ice Cole says, he said, do you really think the 3-4 will help the trash show defense? I do. I think if you somebody please get rid of the sex trafficking stuff going on in the chat. This is what happened when people get mad about what I say.
Yeah, that was weird. It worked last year.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. So this is the thing. I think it's funny because we can't talk about Bruno, right? But I think the 3-4 will help. Because at this point, I think it makes more sense for you to have them standing up and getting a running start. Because this ain't working right now. You know, this whole thing about pressure, that pressure didn't matter. Geno Smith was comfortable. He literally made a bed. And I'm like, yo, this should not happen.
I mean, that dude was sitting here literally calling his girl saying, oh, hey, I'll say, what we eating for dinner after this? I'm sitting here just about to cook these lions real quick, about to drop 48 on them.
Like, Alex Smith could have broke his leg, mended it, and then threw the ball at the same time before anybody got to him.
Again, let me bring in Anthony. He's been waiting in the back patiently. I'm just not taking no excuses. I don't want to hear we young. I don't want to hear they rookies. I don't want to hear it.
I got time for it.
Brad Holmes needs to be questioned. My problem starts with Brad Holmes. You brought these guys in. You knew we were one of the most injured teams last year, and you took more injured people.
Yeah, that never made no sense to me. Every time they took dudes, I'm like, okay, he nice, he recovered from cancer, but then like, oh, by the way, he's injured. What the hell? We need to play now.
We took captains. That's what we did. We took leaders.
Dude, even Jameson
they doing
Williams,
a good job of leading. Nice. Can they tell somebody where to be on the field? How about that?
Like, Jameson Williams, he nice, he a stud, but it's like he's injured. We're not gonna see him till almost halfway through the season.
Thank God we at least got something with Malcolm. At least I'm gonna take any positive out of this.
Again, I'm just not taking no excuses. When I look up and hear that our number 2 overall pick is only winning 10% of his one-on-ones,
yeah,
you can't talk to me.
Anthony, I like Hutch and all, but man.
Anthony, let's talk about it because obviously I'm ranting. I wasn't planning on doing this, but it's amazing to me. It's amazing. Hold on, Anthony. Let me give you the right introduction because we all get this. Where is it? Where is it at, Anthony? Talk to me. What are your thoughts for today?
She with the sword.
It doesn't exist, Luke. I think that's the part of it. It does not exist. But if you'd have told me 4 weeks into this season that I'd seriously be contemplating life with another year with Jared Goff here, whilst investing every pick we had in this draft, trying to fix the damn defense, I would have called you out on that. But apparently I was wrong. At the way he's going, the way he's playing, I'm happy with him for another year. If we go all defense in this draft. I'm sick and tired of it. I watched the defensive line get bullied by nobodies and rookies, and everyone's okay with that. That center was one of the worst graded in football. The interior offensive line leaked pressures. You've got 2 rookie tackles playing there, and one-on-one, man for man, time after time after time, I saw them losing one-on-ones. It's like, what the hell are you doing? Where's your pride? How can you not create pressure here? And all I hear is, oh, there's a tight end chip blocking. Oh, there's a run back chip blocking. Screw that. This team is advertised as a trench warfare machine. Brad Holmes said, we're going to win in the trenches. We're going to build from the inside out. Our trenches are going to win us games. Our trenches can't win against the worst teams in this league in year 2 when that starting trench is pretty good. Julian Aquara doing nothing. Austin Bryant doing nothing. Hutch struggling, getting double teamed all the time. Sorry, we can't mention him.
No, we don't talk about Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno.
Yeah. Can I take the fall for him?
To see this defensive line get bullied the way it has is disturbing after this long. I know they're missing some of their players, but there still is no excuse. But Abraham Lucas was a 3rd-round pick this year. If he can play well, if he can be a good player, why can't our rookies be? Why?
Anthony, listen to this, Anthony. I watched fans in this same chat last week. It's recorded, right? Actually had the audacity to complain about Aleem McNeil. And I'm like, what are y'all watching?
Hell?
He's probably the only bright spot on the damn D-line.
So whoever that is, they need to get this favor in.
His job is to eat up all those double teams and that. And he is, but no is helping him. It's like, well, if he's getting double teamed and Aiden's getting double teamed, then what the hell are the rest of them doing?
Aiden's not getting double teamed. This is the thing that people don't stop. Aiden is not what? He's winning 10% of his one-on-ones. Why would I double team him? There's a such thing as a combination block where I need to go and get somebody else for the play to work, but I'll be damned, they're not double teaming him.
Makes no sense.
Is Aiden still leading in rookie edges for sacks, or has that been overtaken yet?
Oh, I think I've been overtaken already.
I don't even care. You know why? Because at the end of the day, at this pace, he only needed 2 sacks a game to get to 10. That number getting real strange. Listen, it is not just Aiden Hutchinson. Make no mistake. It's not just Aiden Hutchinson. It's Brad Holmes. You drafted hurt players. You thought we needed another receiver after taking DJ Chark. Why?
Yeah.
He can't help you. He cannot help you. Quintez Cephas came in before he got hurt, was performing. Reynolds performing. Why did you do this? If you look at any good defense, and I said it before, the best defenses have a dog on all 3 levels. Who's your dog on the defense? Who's the guy that you look at and you go, they got to account for him?
No idea.
Tracy.
Come on.
Walker,
and I watched.
Was injured and gone
everybody
for the year.
give out A grades. Everybody give out A grades. It doesn't make sense. And then the thing that he's so great against the run. What game were y'all watching?
Man, they had a field day.
What kills me about Brad Holmes right now is you would think he would have learned from our past GM. What was the big mistake from our past GMs? You know what it is? Drafting injured players. Quinn did it. Mayhew did it. Fuck, you want to go back? Millen even did it.
We're not learn. This is all I ask for. That positional value talk, y'all, that's BS. Stop subscribing to that. No one cares when the pick don't do nothing. It's BS. He's the closest to the ball yet so far away. Make it make sense.
So really, I think there's a real conspiracy going on where every person that been a GM, where they make sure they screw over the line. It's like, oh, make sure we drive a couple of injured players while on some healthy ones. No, just make sure we keep them below. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Shout out to my man Miko over there from Questionable Podcast. They started the Rodrigo shirts and a bunch of other with the questionable tees. Make sure y'all show some love over there. I said the same thing last night. Miko, we don't have that dog.
That's why my whole reason for this team in the draft was to go all defense. Yes, I wanted them to take the safety first. Why? Because I'm like, we need somebody that can roam back there. Right now, we don't have that guy. He's not starting over there with the Ravens because the Ravens are like, well, we don't need him to start. He can just chill with us for now, right? But the Lions do need him to start. And I don't even care we didn't take him. I'm cool with that. You took Aiden Hutchinson, great. You traded up. And everybody talks about giving up a third-round pick. Great. You traded up. But guess what? You didn't take somebody who can help you this year.
Weren't you also Team George Karlaftis? Because that's where I was at.
I can make the argument that George Karlaftis does more for the Kansas City Chiefs than our guy does for us. I can make that argument.
I got laughed at for that one. They kept telling me, "Oh, he's Trey Flowers Jr."
Trey Flowers Jr.
Aiden is exactly everything I feared.
Watch this, y'all. This is what I'm talking about. Kyle Hamilton isn't a roamer though. Who's better, him or Kirby? I'll wait. Answer that one, William. Who's better, him or Kirby?
Man, is Way really going there?
I'm waiting for someone to bring up Brisker or Stin.
I'm just trying to make it make sense. And I do not believe that this is necessarily so much of an Aaron Glenn problem as it is a circumstantial problem from the talent that's being acquired.
I just pray Josh Pascal's worth it. I pray he comes back.
Man, I'm gonna be pissed if he's not.
Please.
Oh, yes. Miko says, Luke, you know what I said about Hutchinson. Here's what Miko said. Miko said that Hutchinson is Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt. I want you to stay with me. Stay with me. I think this is a beautiful analogy that he gave, right? He says Greek yogurt, plain Greek yogurt by itself is disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting.
That is true.
Right? It's nasty. But you throw some fruit in that thing.
Yep.
You throw some sugar, some Splenda, something like that in there.
Sure, some almond milk.
Some honey. Something. It can taste so much better.
Oh, yeah.
And that's true. So what he's saying is that Aiden Hutchinson is a piece to the puzzle, but he needs things around him for him to succeed. You don't take guys like that second overall. I'm sorry. You don't.
Don't get me wrong. I could see potential with Hutchinson if you give him another edge, somebody that's actually a good, like a Batman and Robin thing, but that's a big if. And he's still the number 2 overall pick.
So far, we haven't gotten our David Ojabo next to him yet.
Yeah, exactly. And Harris.
See, that's why he's a freaking monster in college. You had that other dude that you still had to worry about.
Exactly.
You know
we
what's
don't
funny?
have that yet.
You know what's funny, Anthony? I'm gonna ask you this question because I'm curious, right? Do you remember the 2 plays where the tight end scored? The 2 plays where the tight end got a big catch and then the other one I think he scored and it was Kirby in coverage.
Yeah, I do.
Do you think if that was forget Kyle Hamilton, throw him out the window, right? F Kyle Hamilton. I'm gonna say it again. F Kyle Hamilton. But I'm just saying, if you think that was Jaquan Brisker, you think he'd make that play? You think that tight end makes that play?
I don't think he does. No. The thing with Kirby is he's raw, whereas Brisker and that are more game ready. But that's what you get when you're drafting the 3rd. So if you do invest higher, then you get better performance. So
I don't know nothing about football. I don't know nothing. I'm just a fan like everybody else. I don't know anything. But I literally told the game plan to win this game. And they didn't do it. I watched Seattle. I saw Seattle. Seattle has always been a team that commits to the run. They did it when Russell Wilson was there. They're doing it now. That's how Pete Carroll protects his quarterbacks. That's why I said you have to get up on them fast. If we ever got the lead where it was 14-0, they would have went automatically to the pass and been religious with the pass. But we never got up. We could never get a stop at no point in time. At all. At no point in time. They never punted the ball. Your number 2 overall pick is winning 10% of his one-on-one. Not his double teams, not his triple teams, not his sleep, his one-on-ones. Mano y mano. And you ain't whooping no butt. That's bad.
I do have a question for you, Luke. What was your opinion on Rashad Penny saying they knew what we were going to run? That reminded me a lot of the Matt Patricia week 1 with the Jets. I was having flashbacks.
Yep. Literally.
To me,
our defense.
To me, I don't make much of him saying that he knew what he was going to run because when you win, you can talk that talk. You can talk like that, right? When I win, I can say whatever I want, right? Like if me and you both go out to get the same girl, but I get her, and you be like, "Oh man, she's a whore," right? You can say because you didn't get her, right? She's got to be a whore. You didn't get her, right? But to me, I got her, so she's no whore, right? That's perspective, right? So that's how you look at it. It doesn't matter if what he say, they won, and at that point, it looks like he was right, even if he was wrong. They won the game. They couldn't stop a nosebleed. They called a draw. Listen to this. I do this on Madden. I'm not making this up, man. It would be 3rd and 16 or 3rd and 20, and I will call a draw play because I know it works on a video game. Never have I ever seen it work in real life. And I don't care. I don't care.
Wow, you know it's sad when stuff in people doing video games works in real life. That's how you know it's bad.
I've never seen it. I can't.
So do you think if we go back to the 3-4, we'll be better off, or do you think if we just keep trying to go with the 4-2, it'll just
you got to stand Aiden Hutchinson up. You got to stand Chris Harris up. You have to. The problem is when going back to the 34, who's your inside backers? Because now you're gonna have to put, he said, "I like Angry Luke." You're gonna have to put Rodriguez and Anzalone at the inside backers, and that's still not a good thing. It's just not. You're gonna still have a same problem. You'll probably get more pass rush because now instead, because everybody loves NASCAR, right? Now you'll have Hutchinson in the 2-point, you'll have Harris in the 2-point. You can put my man Aline back in the inside. You can then throw Austin Bryant out there. Or you can put, let's say you decide you want to put Hutch in the 2-point, and now you can put Austin Bryant in the 2-point. You have more options at this point. The problem is running a 3-4 still creates a problem because you don't have dog inside backers.
Yep.
Yeah.
So basically, in like your way, we are screwed.
Well, we didn't last year, and it somehow worked better. Some freaking hell.
Man, sure, we did a miracle at this point, man. Well, we just need a prayer.
Fair.
I mean, to me, this team should be 4-0. 3-1 at worst, 4-0. I had them at 4-1 going into the bye week, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Now I'm not even so sure that they beat the goddamn Patriots. I'm not even sure.
I don't think so.
Because Damian Harris over there running wild too.
Man.
So, and when I got people want to argue with me, just want to come in and try, "Oh, you're wrong, blah, 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 blah," for the hell of it. When the truth is you're only saying that because you want to go to back for a guy you have love for. I get it. But the truth is this. Our linebackers are non-existent. And your number one tackler should not be your safety. They should not be climbing to the 3rd level. Hell, even Lomas Brown on the YouTube channel, they did the post game, said, "I'm tired of seeing too many running backs and people get to that 3rd level too quick. Because your front 7 ain't there." That's all I'm saying. Let's bring in Mike. Mike, what's going on, bro?
Hey, Mike.
Linebackers don't matter.
They don't matter. They're not. That's not even a
thing. Do you not realize they don't? Look, man. Look. If you look at the Super Bowl, in the last Super Bowl, how many linebackers are? So that means they don't matter. And all you got to do is put up 90 points a game, and you can win football.
Forget the whole season. Forget playoffs. Just
the Super Bowl. Man.
Playoffs.
Hey, man, I went on my last Hey, dog, on the last video, I went off Brad Holmes how we have drafted 10 defensive players in the last 2 years, 5 offensive players. We have signed 12 free agent defensive players and 8 offensive players, yet I'm being told that we don't have players on defense, and it's just one of those things where we got to wait. How is this possible when we have double the amount of defensive players? How about the players you draft perform?
And then one of them are available. Both of them
10%, Mike. 10%. You realize that that's one out of every 10 times you win?
You don't know football because here it is. All you got to do is you got to draft one defensive player every year with the first overall pick, and then after 11 years, you'll get a competent defense.
To me, I could not give enough energy to Aaron Glenn without addressing the elephant in the room, and it's one of the reasons why. It's one of the reasons why I even showed why I even showed the that article from Clay Matthews. Matthew Clay. What the hell of his damn name is? His statements were damaging for this man to write this before the season starts. And says, in fact, Clay thinks the Lions defense will give up the most points in the entire NFL in 2022. And he starts off by saying that they didn't fill none of the holes. Literally. Which is what I said, but I don't know.
I learned it, and it's not like they read that much at all.
No, we don't. Yeah, and like I said, and we can't talk about Bruno, even though he's only winning 10% of his one-on-ones. He's so great. I mean, listen, people, listen. I'm not making this up. I have had many people come to me directly and tell me that his performance through first 4 games is a B. The number 2 pick that I can't talk about because I'm a Michigan State fan. I can't talk about him. I don't know how to be objective, right? That guy, literally, they told me he's got a B grade. I said, there's no way you're convincing me that he's been above average.
Ain't no way in hell.
It's no way.
No,
there's no way. Go ahead,
No.
Mike. I just.
All game he really did
linebackers
something
don't
was against the
Okay, here's the deal. I see what my guy Adam said. Try to get my shirt off here.
Let me move.
Mike, I don't have any beer, man. Seriously.
Mike out here trying. Look, Mike. Somebody pass the money. I need some ones. We gonna throw this thing out,
Hey.
right?
That's for my guy Adam right there, man. Adam, my G.
Listen, Adam.
Look, man. Here's the deal.
Here, for him, though. Go ahead, Mike.
Here's the deal. When you have the 32nd ranked defense, it regressed from last year being 29, and it's all bad. It's the result of everything and bad play on the field. For this to happen, it is a bowl of suck, all put together, twisted around, and given to you to eat. So what needs to happen is we need to change up with some players. Bring in Demetrius Taylor, like we were saying. I'd like to see him out there. Get Chase Lucas a shot, and switch up the scheme a little bit. Stop with the bootlegs, and guess what? In 2023 draft a line effing backer.
Lord.
And
Mike,
give Iffy his job back.
Mike, how many times have you watched a Madden game or played a Madden game and somebody spams a play, or like you play like a fighting game and they know that one move and there's nothing you can do to get out of that one move?
Yeah.
They spam the hell out of the play action bootleg on us so
Literally.
much
That's
to the
all
point where
watching.
I was trying to figure
Oh
out.
my God.
The same thing keep happening.
How did nobody not realize they bit every single time?
We see it every time. You're watching it, and I said, not again. Not again. Not again. Not again.
It happened every single time.
Jon
Like
Kapler,
literally, they're
come
the same
back, man. I
play.
saw you in the
They
back.
basically
I saw
say,
you in the
"Yeah,
back."
we'll keep running until you stop it."
I mean, listen. I told people, I told people that hey, I'm gonna see how this draft pan out. I asked very specific questions. Question number 1 is Jameson Williams going to be Calvin Johnson-ish or like, or is he going to be better? And nobody was willing to say he's going to be Calvin Johnson-like or ish or better. So that tells me, why are you making that pick there? That's a luxury pick. And then I asked people, I said, okay, are you comfortable with who we got in our secondary and who we got at linebacker? And everybody said, yeah, we got Rodrigo. Well, he's only one guy, and I'm sorry, but he's making rookie mistakes. And at the end of the day, with him making all the rookie mistakes, I'm sorry, but let's be honest. Even in that game, if you were to take a bright spot and say, well, at least he made somewhat of some plays where he blew through the line and stuff like that, sure.
To be fair, I was confident in our
What we need to do is continue to draft Levi Onwuzurike hands. People that have spine injuries.
I just don't know. I just don't know where the people are at. Let me bring in one more person, and I'm gonna go back.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy.
What the hell is going on here?
But
Hey, man, we got an addition on the house, and I'm chilling outside in the addition. It's up.
Listen, Mike out here in full-fledged OnlyFans mode. I'm appreciating it. Right?
He's an OnlyFans.
I'm appreciating it. Nice, sir. Jon Kapler's in the building, man. What's going on, John?
All off.
Linebackers don't matter, and but what does matter? High potential.
Yes.
High potential players. It's okay that they're injured, guys. They have high potential. Let's not forget that. Capital on P-O. potential.
And I can care less about dang
Let's
potential.
grab the potential.
What is wrong with Adam?
Weird.
Adam, like, I subscribe to his only. Adam, I'm worried about you.
Man.
Adam's the character, man. I waited 20 minutes for Adam to come on the other morning. I was ready for that fire because I knew he was going to lose his mind.
Listen, he couldn't even put his sunshades on. I knew he was upset. But I got to ask y'all this question because on top of that, I want to focus on it objectively. How do we fix this? I have a theory on how to fix it. But I'll start with you, Anthony. How do we fix this? Where do we start in fixing this? Like, seriously.
I don't know. It's a very big reclamation project. This one is, Luke. I think to start with, you've got to start dropping the players who are not performing. I don't get why Amani started the other week after his performance the other week. He had not earned the start. He comes in and he performs badly again. You know, he's not earned his spot on the field. Brockers is not earning shit at the minute. You know, he's done nothing for us for a very long time. Drop him. Anzalone's doing okay, but he's not doing great. Drop him. Bring these youngsters through into the team. You know, Jerry Jacobs came through last year. He got given an opportunity and he fought his arse off to get that opportunity, and he played really well. You know, I know you don't like Malcolm. I know you hate him.
I'm not knocking Malcolm.
No, Luke.
I'm not knocking it. All I'm saying is we got to stop like that. That wasn't a real forced fumble. Come on, bro.
Oh, come on, Luke. Come on. You know, a forced fumble is a forced fumble. He was in the position to make the play.
He
was the first man there. He was the first man there and knocked it out, Luke. Come on.
He did not. He never touched the ball. He slapped the arm of Tyler Lockett, and Lockett dropped it. That's what
How
happened.
many years have we bitched that we can't make turnovers on this team? And a guy called
Pop Lockett, drop it.
Can't. So
drop it. Hey.
I'll put that to the side, Luke. I'll put that aside. My overall point, Luke, is the rookie has come in and taken his chance, and he is making the most of it, and he's one of the best performing players on our team. When you give the young players the opportunity to come in, they will grab it with both hands, and they will perform well. That is what we've seen under the tenure of Aaron Glenn so far, is the youngsters come in and perform well. So put Demetrius Taylor in there. Bring A.J. Parker back. Put him in there. Give these young guys the opportunities. At the minute, it's not like we're even trying to tank the season by putting them in there. We actually might get better by doing it. So these guys are going with the future. Some of these old washed-up vets ain't doing it, and we need to move on from them. So that's the first thing you've got to do. And the second thing is get the goddamn fundamentals right. Stop all these communication issues. That ain't talent. That's coaching, getting them to communicate with one another, getting them to do the simple things on the field, not blowing your assignments, not neshing out of tackles, all this sort of stuff. That ain't talent-based. So they've just really got to drill this into them and make them more disciplined, because if you're not going to be the best, then be the most disciplined, and at least it will help you in the long run. That's your big two things you've got to do.
Okay.
I got some things here, Luke. First off, pop, lock it, drop it. Pop, lock it, drop it. That's exactly that's exactly what happened. Lock it, dropped it. Okay, so but here is how you fix this bad boy. First off, again, bring in the young players. Demetrius Taylor, let's get some dog in him. Brockers is not doing so well. Let's try something out at linebacker. We got James Hughes on the practice squad. What's he doing? And I got to tell you something here. Amani Warrior, bench him, put in Chase Lucas. Jerry Jacobs is coming back soon. But here's something. You're gonna smile, and you're gonna have a tickle up your armpit and all around. We like to blitz, right, Luke? We love to blitz, 57% of the time? There is a player on the practice squad who's really fast, and he is a linebacker. And you do love this guy. You have a tickle when you think about him. How about bringing on Jared Davis for the 53?
The guy who can actually get
blitz the quarterback. Use him in blitzing. Since we are blitzing this much, use his speed on the blitz. Now, I don't like him coverage, but if we're going to blitz 57% of the time, wouldn't you think it'd probably be the best to have the fastest linebacker on defense?
I would think.
But he's got to be able to get home though, and not get blocked.
But see, that's the thing.
Okay. When you he would do better than what we're getting right now, though.
For sure.
If you go through and you look at it right now, as it stands with what we're getting in terms of blitzing, they blitzed a whole lot against the Falcons. Against the Seahawks, who had 2 rookie tackles and literally never got home. I don't even know how that's possible. I don't know where you start at anything that you do when you look up and you say, hey, I blitzed and I couldn't even scratch the guy. And to me, that's a problem. That is an issue. So
you don't.
Is an elite
you don't blitz with goal line packages at the 40 and allow their team's running back to go 40 yards.
But Mike, we already have Jared Davis. His name is Derek Barnes.
Listen, they're not
look,
even
man.
using him right.
He's Jared Davis.
They're not used.
They're not using him right? And let's be honest. Let's be honest when we say this. If they used him right, it wouldn't be the problem. All Mike is saying is we're blitzing people right now that's not even getting close. So just so you can see, for the people who don't want to believe who he's so garbage, he couldn't do this. Oh my God, he can't do that. He can't do this. And he's this. He can take on blockers. He can do these things. He can go ahead and blitz. You're not getting this from your linebackers right now. I'm waiting on it, but we're not getting it. He's up here, sitting up there. He's going to take on blockers. You're not seeing these kind of plays be made. You're not. And I hate to say it, but I'll be damned. For all the talk that people is having, we're not getting these kind of plays out of our linebacking core. It sucks. And at this point, why not? Even if you keep Malcolm Rodriguez out there, if you add a linebacker who can blitz and blow up something, that's got to be better. It has to be. It just has to be.
The definition of insanity. The definition of insanity is doing something over and over again and expecting a different result. So let's try something else.
Now, I got an answer. I got an answer. All right. Here's what I think they should do to fix this problem. Right. I've been thinking about this.
Smoke crack.
Listen.
No, that's not the answer.
The last guy who did that was amazing. I mean, people get mad when I bring it up, but Lawrence Taylor was high. Nobody, you ain't high and play. I'm gonna leave that alone. Anyway, here's how you do it. The first thing you got to do is this: you have to absolutely start looking into free agency. Absolutely. You have to.
Yeah.
Martinez, whoever's out there at the linebacker, cannot be no.
He got signed.
Okay, well, you need
I
somebody.
believe the Raiders signed Martinez.
You need somebody. You need to start looking into free agency. You need to start looking at trades. You need somebody who can come in here and help the linebacking core. The 2 guys I want, we couldn't get. I get it. They went elsewhere. I don't think we talked to them. Fine. The second thing you got to do is you have to get back to where you at least have some success of being a bad defense. This is not a bad defense. This is an atrocity. This is 100% bunch of BS. This is horse manure, right? So you got to get.
It's the shit out of my ass defense.
It has to be.
This is the NBA defense where we just want to outscore each other on offense and don't play defense.
Right.
Exactly what this is. It is 2022 basketball. Oh no, we'll just outscore them. Screw that crap. We don't want to play 90s basketball defense.
It's not going to work.
We'll play 2022 basketball.
Yep.
I know it's not going to work. We've seen it. We are the number 1 offense and the number 32 defense.
I mean, we have literally tried to outscore teams and still took L's. I don't get it. Like even I hate to say this, like the Washington football team is bad. Like that quarterback is giving up mad sacks. They're letting everybody through. So it's not even looking special no more. Right? But I think they need to start looking in free agency, start looking in trade. Then you have to keep your attacking 4-3, but mix in a lot of the stuff from the past. I need more 3-4. I need you to, I know you want to blitz. I know you like blitzing and stuff. I'm happy with the blitzing. But get somebody like Jared Davis and that can rush the person. Get somebody like Derek Barnes that can rush the person, that when you do blitz, these are the guys going to get them. Right now, you're blitzing Alex Anzalone, and he's getting stopped before meeting the line of scrimmage. You're blitzing Rodrigo, and Rodrigo had some success, but goddamn, he's the one thing I like about Rodrigo is that it's no stop. His fight is a consistent thing. Although I think what our guy we can't talk about, I think his energy dies down as the game go on, and I'm noticing this.
On that, I'm gonna get so burned for this.
Say it anyways.
Okay, here's what I've been thinking, and I've been thinking the same things. Like, I've kind of thought about this too, and it was my issue with Hutch but I also had one thing. It's like, if the worst things comes, I know he's good at run stopping. I know that about him. I kept thinking to myself, okay, Brockers is ass. Aline isn't really well known for his run stopping. Why not for now just move Hutch over to defensive tackle and just bench freaking Brockers, add in Austin Bryant, and because
you're gonna get the same problem. You're not. They've tried him inside. It's no good.
Yep.
It's not.
I got the solution though. The solution is to sign more offensive players.
Yes, draft 2 quarterbacks.
Man.
With our first 2 picks, we don't even need to trade up. We need to take 2 quarterbacks in the first round because that will definitely help our defense. Yeah. As a matter of fact, trade our 24 pick to take the Ohio State quarterback and the Alabama quarterback, and we're set.
I got better one for you. We got 2 kickers instead.
Listen, I just don't understand how we can.
I'm getting 7 kickers. I don't know about y'all.
We subscribe to such BS, man. We always subscribe to stuff that we don't know why we subscribe to it, and that's my problem. All I wanted to do today was let people know that please stop with this. Please stop with this coming in here. Like even Ricky Bobby, I ain't mad at him, but he made a statement saying like, oh, he's got 3 sacks and Nakobe Dean and Hamilton ain't doing nothing. I don't care. They're not on the Lions, and they're not on defenses that's giving up 45 points a game to Geno Smith. So I don't care.
Lord,
I don't care who. I don't care what Anthony Hamilton, what's his damn name, Kyle doing. I don't care what Nakobe Dean doing. I don't care what Isaiah Simmons doing. I don't care what Jordan Day. I don't care.
They're not here, so it doesn't matter.
Detroit Lions.
It would be nice if they were, but they're not. Man, we didn't trade up for Kyle Hamilton.
I wish
May
we
I
did.
ask you, Ricky Bobby, my $1 million question is, last year, what was our problem? Was it defense or offense more so? Because you know that answer better than I do. And what defense scheme to be run then? Think about that.
But this is my point I'm trying to make here. When Ricky Bobby put that up there, and Ricky Bobby always come in here, first of all, he got a dope ass name, and I love the reference. But I'm saying, when you come in here and you say, oh, Aiden Hutchinson's doing this and he's got 3 sacks, and I'm like, okay, that's great. But I want you to be aware that same offense gave up 9 sacks to a team right after that, right? And then I want you to also look at it like this too. No matter what you tell me about Aiden Hutchinson and his 3 sacks, he wins 10% of his one-on-ones. 10%. If you did that in money and said, hey, I can give you a discount for 10% or 90%, which one you want? You're taking 90% all of the time. So that means 1 out of every 10 attempts, he's getting success. That's not elite. That's not good.
No.
It's just not. I went over a little bit longer than I wanted to. I want to get into the final thoughts, man. I just lost my shit. I did. I lost it. I could not understand it. I've been talking about this for the entirety, and now everybody wants to go all defense. Everybody wants to go all defense next draft. Now you want to go all defense. This is absolutely nuts. This is boggling. You could have did it this year. It was set up perfectly for you. You had the easy schedule, and right now, I hate to say it, you've dropped already 3 games. And if you really, and this is me, I could be wrong, but you've already dropped 3 games that I thought you should have won. And if you want to cast the Eagle game out of it, fine. 2 of them, I guarantee you drop, and they don't get no easier as the schedule go on. You needed to come out and get a hot start early on. I'm not even sure you beat the Jacksonville Jaguars anymore.
Amen to that.
Hell no, we ain't beating them.
Their defense is ranked higher than yours. And they're still able to run the ball. Travis Etienne is giving them.
I had them for the upset that last week. I had picked them like, you know what? They might possibly upset them with the offense they're playing. But they let me down, just like the Lions.
I just don't know how. It says, I get that, Luke, but tell me What other DN has 3 sacks as of now? Okay, I can't tell you that, right? He has 3 sacks of all the rookies. But tell me, of all the rookies, who's only winning 10% of their one-on-ones?
But does that 3 sacks even help us do anything?
It hasn't helped us. The pressure. He is leading all rookies in pressure. That's helping. I keep telling y'all that's a bunch of BS.
That helped the one game that we beat Washington.
That's it.
I'm so happy that one game, but what has the rest of his production done? Nothing.
I agree with Free 313. He says Hutchinson got to learn to adjust to the speed and how to play this offensive tackles, because he doesn't do a single exactly. He don't do anything in terms of a counter or a pass rush move.
He's got to learn.
Luke, I just checked on PFF. Look, there are 13 pass rushers that have got more.
He'll get better. He's a rook.
Exactly what Mike said.
Look, wait. I'm trying to click on this thing, get off the screen. I don't click Mike.
He'll get better.
All right, now wait. What'd you say now? I'm sorry, Anthony, because I don't. I can't stand.
I just said he.
Go on, Mike.
Go ahead, Mike.
I just said he'll get better. Week 4,
I think
he'll get better.
I think he will get better. But right now, we get to be honest about the performance in 4 games. It just is what it is. What did you say, Anthony? You said you checked something.
There's 13 pass rushers who've got more than 3 sacks this year to answer that question.
I know he got the most out of all the rookies, but I know that the other rookies have also done other things like forced interceptions and forced fumbles and stuff like that. But
where did those sacks come from? Look at how those sacks were. It was against Washington, and 2 of them were kind of garbage sacks. Where he was right there, and just one of them he grabbed on with his legs and his arms to where the quarterback walked into him.
Dog.
And your dog is trying to your dog tired of it too. That's all it is.
Yeah. Yep. That dog's like, forget them Lions.
Now listen, again, people, make no mistake, okay? There's nothing you can tell me to make me feel good about the guy we took second overall through these first 4 games. There's nothing you're going to tell me. There's nothing you're going to tell me make me feel
high
good
potential
about telling me that we took a receiver who we clearly don't need. I hate to say this, we clearly don't need him. I'm sorry.
We really
could have drafted Kyle Hamilton and we'd have a safety while Walker's out hurt, but no.
Now this right here is a very good comment. Mad Yoper, I hope I said that right. He says the D needs to be designed around the strengths and weaknesses of the players rather than getting players to fit some preset scheme. Amen. And when they went out and took Hudson and they put him in as a 3-4 DN, I'm telling you, I'm just looking at it and I'm saying to myself, okay, he's going to be good against the run, but he doesn't have a second pass rush move. And the same criticism that I gave Okuda, who, by the way, has finally learned how to use his hand at the line of scrimmage, he didn't even attempt to use his hands on DK Metcalf in that game, which I was like, okay, it was like he knew better. And I didn't like that, but it is what it is. And he gave up a lot of yards because of it. But my point I'm trying to make is this. He can have 3 sacks thus far, right? But if he finishes the season with 6 sacks at the 17 games, nobody's happy.
Zach, he better not. I'm all about DT, but he better not.
Nobody's going to be happy. If he finishes the season with 6 or 7 sacks, nobody's happy. Nobody's praising that. Not when your defense is the dead last and you were brought here to help with the pass rush and it's not been changed. So, no. Let's go into our final thoughts, man. Let's start off with you, John. Give the people your final thoughts, man.
High potential. It's okay that they're not playing. There's high potential. It's for the future. It's not for this year. It's for the future. So high potential. It's okay that they're injured.
Yeah, see, potential. I just don't get it.
With the capital P-O, high potential.
It's crazy to me. D-Map Zoom, give me your final thoughts, man.
Man, I know they need to figure out something for the defense. Otherwise, it's going to be a long game Sunday.
There's a game Sunday? I wasn't aware they were playing. I figured they were going to take Sunday off.
Ricky Bobby, you would have shit if you had Hamilton. He was done nothing, and he's with a great defense franchise.
Lord, this guy right here.
He's not starting. They didn't even draft him with the attitude. They kept the other guy, Clark, out there, and they signed Marcus Williams in free agency.
Would be starting with the Lions. He would have been starting with the Lions.
He would be a starter on the Lions. He's not starting. And I'm not even talking about Kyle Hamilton. I didn't bring Kyle. Once the draft happened, I didn't bring Kyle Hamilton up. I asked, why are we taking hurt players when I thought that's what we did not want, and y'all giving it an A draft? I asked, why are we taking luxury picks and receivers, and people told me he was fast and he gonna be this and this and this, and I said, okay, fine. But I haven't brought up Kyle Hamilton. In fact, I haven't brought up Isaiah Simmons. I had somebody come tell me that Okuda's better than Isaiah Simmons, and I'm like, what?
I heard that. I remember that one.
They're still holding on to that?
Like, I don't even talk about these people. They're not Lions. I don't care. Tell me when they're a Lion. Once we moved on, it doesn't matter.
Nope.
It doesn't matter. But just for the record, Kyle Hamilton, for the record, has a total right now of 10 tackles. 10. He's got a forced fumble. He's got a pass deflect. And that's just in a limited role. Right? Now,
yep.
If you really want to talk, let's talk about how Aiden Hutchinson numbers are inflated, because half of those tackles he got are all assists.
Or the quarterback running into him.
You want to really get into the Aiden Hutchinson talk? I'm not saying that he can't be better. I'm not saying that he's going to be garbage. What I'm saying is he's not performing right now. And under no stretch of the imagination can anybody act like that's not the case. You talk about Kyle Hamilton and stuff. Well, here's a fun fact for you. Kyle Hamilton got 10 tackles. You know how many Aiden Hutchinson got? 12. You know how many of those are solo? 7. And yes, he got 3 sacks. That's cute. Yeah, he's getting pressure. They're giving up 45 points a game. They gave up 48 to Geno Smith. Geno Smith completed 70-some% of his passes. That's all I'm pointing out. Come on now. Isaiah Simmons is okay. He's not a game changer. Now, Michael Parsons, the defensive player we missed out on. I would have still took Penei Sewell over Parsons.
Sewell all day.
I'm still thinking.
I don't regret that Sewell pick at all. But I would have Parsons.
I would have still took it out. And here's the thing. In my opinion, Isaiah Simmons would have been a strong safety in our defense. They used him at linebacker, whatever. He still performs better than what we got.
True.
He's okay.
I like Penei Sewell.
You
want to know why? When you want to know why, ask Matthew Stafford right now what's like not having an offensive line.
Again,
sacked 12 times.
Go talk to Joe Burrow, right? Go talk to Carson Wentz, right? And it don't just stop there. All I'm pointing out to it is we can say whatever we want. We can say whatever we want to make those points. But all I'm pointing out is this. And look, here come William. William, you could jump in here and you want all these comments. Using stats when it suits him. He the one that brought the stats. See, this is the thing I'm talking about. And then Ricky agreed with. Who brought up he got 3 sacks? Did I bring that up? No, I did not. Now, I'm using stats that suit me.
I like sacks.
Right? But here go a stat for you. You tell me how you use this stat. 10%. 10% of the time he's winning one-on-ones. Do that suit you? Is that satisfied?
1 out of every 10.
Come on, man. I'm using stats. Come on. We talking about I use them when they suit me. I didn't bring up the sack total. I said, how is a guy only winning 10% of his one-on-ones? Not his 1-on-2, not his 1-on-3, 1-on-1, mano y mano, getting his ass whooped. How? But we don't talk about Bruno, though. Miss me with that.
Oh, God, that name Bruno.
Crimson Shadow, give people your final thought.
My thoughts? Well, I'm currently looking for my defense. Apparently, it's not in this peanut jar here. So, what all I have to say is sit Amani out. For the love of God, he's hurt. There's just no doubt about it. Give Iffy his spot back. He was looking very promising when we drafted him as a CB. Please, give us Iffy back.
Nope.
Please. Yes. Thank you. I'm still looking in this peanut jar. He's still in there. One day it'll come. He'll be in there one day.
Micro Mike, give the people your final thoughts, man. All these
First off, linebackers don't matter. I just want to inform everybody that it definitely does not help a team out. Also, tomorrow, my first mock draft of the season drops tomorrow. Okay. And guess what? I have a feeling that we're going to take a linebacker early. Just an FYI.
Oh, you've tickled my interest there, Mike. Oh,
yeah, I'm curious.
You know I'll be in that comment section.
Oh man, shit, me too.
I can't do the draft talk.
Luke, drag your butt into the comment section, brother. Come on.
Now listen.
You know you want to.
William Burr says he gets doubled 35% of the time.
Yeah, what about
okay, and
so I can't make this stuff up. I can't make this stuff up. So 65% of the time he's 1-on-1. He's winning 10% of that.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Okay.
Hey, can I just make a quick update? Can I make a quick update to the people in the chat? I do this every year. I started at week 4. It has nothing to do with the season. This is something I've been doing on my channel since I started it. Ask anybody who's been a subscriber of mine. I do this at week 4 when I start my mock draft.
I talk mock drafts since week 1. I am in every mock draft on the internet blowing up those idiots. As soon as there's one, part of my channel in the comments. Everyone knows my name in the channel. I get shout outs at other mock drafts. So it's okay, man. Yeah. It's okay. Next year,
it's a part of the channel. It's a part of the channel. I like talking prospects, and it gives me an opportunity to let other people know players that are coming into the NFL.
Exactly. And we appreciate that, Mike. We appreciate that.
Again, Aiden Hutchinson wins 10% of his 1-on-1. According to William, he's doubled 35% of the time.
Double. Wake up!
I said wrong. I give in. I was wrong. 10% not that bad. He's getting double team 35% of the time. I didn't know. I'm sorry. I stand corrected. Oh my God. Anthony, give the people your final thoughts, man.
My final thoughts. There's just one thing that I want to see happen this weekend, and I'll be very happy if I see it. I want to see Dan Campbell jackhammer Matt Patricia through a table, and then I will be satisfied in life.
Goldberg style.
Goldberg! I love him, dude. God dang, he's the greatest.
That's all I want to see this weekend.
Now, Ricky Bobby says Luke is the same fan that says Okuda is lockdown cornerback when he gave up 101 yards to DK. Now watch this.
Have you ever used that phrase?
He had safety help. He wasn't locked down. He had safety help.
Wait a minute. Y'all, people who Ricky Bobby know this. He's probably being sarcastic, but to be fair, have y'all ever heard me use the word shut down in the same sentence as a Jeff Okuda?
Every week, man. Every week I hear it from you. Every week. Come on, man. And I'm sick of it. I can't take it.
Y'all never heard me say. And on top of that, I even on the podcast Lions on the Prowl, Free for All Friday, I even said on that episode, I said I think DK Metcalf is right, that he's not a shutdown corner, that he had a lot of safety help and he did his job with the safety help. That's great.
Yup. I'm the one who says if you're going to blame players on the defense, Okuda's the last one you need to blame because everybody else sucks and he's playing well. So it is not him. It was me. Now, do I think he's a lockdown? I think he's pretty damn close. He's the best player right now we got on defense. So I'm not going to crap on him, but I'll crap on other people, though. Him and Rodrigo, I'll give a break to. Everyone else, man, I got.
But Mike, I got some issues with sandwiches for him.
But Mike, if you
not hero sandwiches, turd sandwiches.
I have given Okudah his props every week that he performed. And I didn't even go after Okudah today. You know why? Because I didn't deem him to be the problem. It's the acquisition of players that you have who can't help us right now. With an easy schedule, that's my problem. My issue and my target is Brad Holmes. I don't care about Aaron Glenn. I'm not looking because truth be told, I got to be honest. I was pissed off about Juju Hughes' performance. And Dan Campbell and them took him out the game and started Kirby. So I can't chew him out too bad. They are trying to make adjustments when people are not performing. The problem is, once you get past that, how do you even do it? How do you even do that? You got guys out and you don't even have the people to help. At this point, it's looking real bad. Here's my final thoughts for the day, people. First of all, shout out to everybody who came here. Hopefully you hit the like and subscribe button. Hopefully y'all keep checking the link, because in the link, the t-shirts are still selling. The money is still going for a good cause. Let me bring this up on the screen because I am terrible with this stuff. But the money is still going for a good cause. It's been a little bit over a year since a friend of mine lost his battle with depression and took his own life. And the people of Man Hour who is so gracious to start this thing, made a shirt in honor of me and my friend, which says, "Stay, tomorrow needs you." And it's an important message. And part of the proceeds go towards the American Suicide Prevention Association, which pays for like different types of medical bills and therapy and stuff like that. And it does a host of different things. So if you want to get the shirt, that is linked in the description. It comes in a multitude of colors. And trust me, whether you know it or not, that message, somebody may be walking by you and see that message, and it means so much to them. So please show some love there. Today's positive quote, because I had a lot to go off about, and I caught myself, thank God. But I had a lot to be upset about. Today's positive quote comes from the internet. It says, "Keep your mind a happy place." I'm going to repeat that again. Keep your mind a happy place. The best weight you'll ever lose is the weight of other people's opinions. Boy, we about to get into it. I think it's become a bit of a pandemic. It's almost become an epidemic on top of the pandemic, which molded into a damn atomic bomb of craziness when it comes to people. But the reality is this, that many of you have found yourself thinking, feeling, and holding yourself back because other people have doubted you. You've given your power away to people who wouldn't care if you was even present for anything that they did. They simply want people down. You cannot do anything else. You're too tired to go to the gym. Well, drop the person that's calling you fat. He ain't trying to build you up. She ain't trying to move you in a different direction. She ain't trying to support you. Whatever that is, get rid of that person. Move that person out the way. When you sit there and you make your own mind a happy place, you find self-peace. You find self-love. You find self-respect. You find yourself. And when you find yourself, I guarantee you can never be lost, because that journey to discover self is something that only you can go through. It's designed solely for you. It is meant for you. That message, that road was all paved out for you. The people around you with opinions about things that they could never understand. They can never understand how hard it is to get out of bed when you don't want to. They can never understand how hard it is to wake up when you wish you don't. They can never understand how hard it is to go and fight to get that weight up off you. They don't understand you. And you know why? It's because their opinions don't matter. Drop that weight and make your mind a happy place. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, hit that like, subscribe, notification bell. I want to thank all my guests for coming in, all the subscribers who came in, hit the like button for me. And if you don't do nothing else, don't be no chump. Please, God, I can't stress this enough. Don't be no chump. Do your